So no, I don't think I've got good
For
fashion
anybody
sense.
listening, Phil spread his fingers apart there. It was a bit gross.
Careful if you take that out of context.
I might. So, I mean, I know we started recording, but what are we going to do?
I've got no clue. I'm still tired. I'm just constantly tired.
Hi, tired. I'm Dad.
This is the Valentine's Day special. I'm Phil, architect and director at PWS Architecture and Design, and this is my long-term lover. This is my intern Theo.
Hello.
So today, as we mentioned, is going to be a bit of a Valentine's Day special. We're going to run through a few things about kind of relationships within architecture, run through some reasons to date architects, apparently, that we found online, some of the most common ones, and then some other varying things. We've got a few sort of mentions that we found of how to date architects, and then someone who's genuinely put a post on Reddit asking what's the best way to do a first date with an architect. So that should be fun.
See, this is a lot less visual, so this works a lot better than going for a bunch of awards for things that you need to look at.
Well, that was your idea, let's be honest. So that's probably why it didn't work.
Shut up, Phil. How many ideas have you had, huh?
The other 25 episodes.
That's wrong, actually, because I came up with at least 4 bad ideas.
Yeah. We scrapped them all.
What were we saying?
Don't know. Do you want to move on to reasons to date an architect?
That seems like a good idea.
So I found another article with Archizer, which has a list of reasons to date an architect, which I thought might be interesting to go through and completely debunk every single one of them, because all of them are terrible suggestions. I think
their attention to detail means date night will be perfectly planned every time. What do you have to say about that, Phil?
I don't have time to go on dates. I don't have the money to go on dates.
As a bit of a too long didn't read, everything Phil's about to say is either I don't have time or I don't have enough money. Let's get going at number 2. They have the patience of a saint, except when the plotter breaks down.
No, I'm too tired for that.
Too tired.
I just become angry.
Yeah, too tired, not enough time. They will make you the best gifts ever using the laser cutter and the 3D printer.
No, it's too busy making models. Next.
Yeah. They're good with their hands.
Do you want some sexy music over that? Not that, I meant the sentence.
They are good with their hands and their minds.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I like that. That's a nice compliment right there.
That's the only compliment I think I've ever received.
I think. And it's from a random website. Woo! You just went onto a website and thought, which article's going to give me the biggest ego?
There was actually only 28 there. I added that one in.
They love to travel. They'll show you the world.
Can't afford to. Don't have time.
Yeah. Standard, same as everything else there. Hey, listen, most of these so far, if we were richer and had more time,
I totally would.
We wouldn't be architects, but also
we'd be engineers or builders.
Yeah, doctors.
Yeah, lawyers.
Yeah.
Shelf stackers.
Shoe fitters.
Unemployed.
Just picking coins off the street.
Yeah, buddy.
But then in that situation, we wouldn't know where to go on holiday. Number 6, they have great commitment. And they got through architecture school after all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take that because
we don't have the time to find someone else.
Yeah. And I'm too poor.
Yeah.
Throw that one in the mix.
They're great at conflict resolution. Now, they do something weird here, and they put in brackets, with the help of lawyers.
Yeah. And I think the last bit just makes it completely moot.
Aye.
It's like saying I'm really good at getting from point A to point B as long as I get a taxi driver.
Yeah. I clean the house excellently, provided I've got a house cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
No.
I don't like that one.
Except from when you don't have your lawyer, do you reckon you're any good at conflict resolution?
No.
No?
No.
They know all the best honeymoon spots. The architectural ones, at least.
What spot that's architectural is honeymoony?
Rome.
It's going to be packed with people. There's no point, right?
Athens.
I can't think of any point where I'd have turned to Hannah on our honeymoon and gone, I just want to get a photo of us in front of this building.
Every single church.
In Iceland, I give you that.
Aye.
No, I'd say we didn't want a church wedding, which is why we didn't do one.
No, but you drove past a lot of churches and went, wow, the architecture here is great.
Yeah, Icelandic churches are pretty insane. I don't understand
most churches are pretty insane, in fairness.
I don't know. There's been some really... do you know what it is? It's the
Protestant
Methodist churches.
ones are meant to be... Yeah, Protestant ones are meant to be boring, aren't they?
Methodist ones. Methodist ones meant to be boring?
Methodist is a branch of Protestants.
Is it?
Protestants.
I'm so glad my mum doesn't listen to this, because as the warden of her church, I should know this type of stuff.
Whereas Catholicism is very decorated.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm trying to think what my mum is.
So all your Catholic Gothic churches are like...
Men, sign me up.
Aye.
Oh, yeah. No, I think, like...
a cathedral.
Because it's hard, because our honeymoon was just to drive an entire circle around Iceland. Not our honeymoon.
It's a big circle.
Ours will be better than that. But
ours will be...
My original honeymoon with Hannah, back in the day, 6 months ago,
Way back
we
then.
just drove around Iceland for a couple of weeks and went to see every single thing. So I don't know. Nah.
Iceland is awesome. Go to Iceland.
Yeah, not the shop for any of you that are listening in the UK.
Or both. Let's face it, they're both pretty cool.
They do frozen Greggs.
Frozen Greggs, you can get sausage stuffed crust pizzas. That's mad.
Should we get in the car?
Let's go.
Sack this off.
Screw the podcast.
I'm hungry.
I'm slowly building up a list of places I want to go to from listening to my cultural studies lectures.
Yeah, I think that's... But I don't know. To me, I think it's probably a subjective thing, because to me, I wouldn't be able to... If I turned to Hannah and just said, you want to take a photo in front of the Burj Khalifa, and she'd, like, on our honeymoon, I think she'd look at me a bit weird. I don't think, actually.
Why would you go...
I'm just saying...
Why would you go to Dubai?
It was the first building that came to my head.
You're an architect, and the first building you thought of was the tallest in the world. What a fair thing.
Okay.
How reasonable. That's very
What do you want me to say? Which building would you like me to go to?
The widest in the world.
The widest. Oh, God. It's probably an airport. Is he Googling it?
I'm intrigued now. Avtovaz main assembly building. Just search widest building in the world. China is the largest building in terms of total floor area. Oh, no, you know what? I went ahead and missed out the rest of that sentence.
Well, you could have, like... I don't know. I still can't think of a reason why you would visit a building.
No, like, if you go to somewhere where they've got a really nice architecture, it's probably quite nice scenery. Like, if you go to Italy, and you go to some parts of Italy, they're going to have some really nice architecture and some really nice scenery.
For an architect, I couldn't give a shit about buildings that much.
Barcelona, spend your time on the beach, then go to the cathedral, have a look at some Gaudi stuff, and then go back to the beach.
Nah,
stop into a strip club along the way.
It doesn't. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah,
that's
as part of the honeymoon.
Right Benidorm.
There's no part of. I genuinely can't think of a single building where I could go there for a honeymoon, or like I could go to Barcelona for my honeymoon, but all of my pictures wouldn't be me and Hannah stood in front of buildings. It would be.
No, but you might take some. But they're not saying like go on your honeymoon to take pictures of. They're saying they'll know a good spot to go and find.
Okay, I'll give you that. In my head, I read that as they know the best honeymoon spots, quote unquote, like buildings.
No.
Well, it says there. No. In brackets, the architectural ones.
You know what, Phil? It's in brackets. Just ignore it.
Well, no.
With the help of lawyers, was in brackets.
Bodmas. Bracket, order.
Yeah, you make a really valid point right there.
It's the most important part of the equation.
No, I think if you know a place with nice architecture, nice buildings and nice buildings, they look good. You look at that and you go, oh, that's really pretty. You don't look at that and go, oh, it's a building.
Yeah, I
suppose. That's really. You don't go to the Sistine Chapel and go, oh, I don't want to take a picture. You go, oh, that's a really nice building. You don't go to the Cathedral of Notre Dame and go, oh, the building. You go, where the hell is the roof?
Yeah. That's it. You go, what's that smell of burning?
Didn't that used to be bigger?
Where's that?
You know what's really funny? You know the tallest building in Newcastle? which everyone got really excited. Hadrian's Tower, everyone got really
Yeah,
excited.
yeah.
Tallest building in Newcastle, shorter than Notre Dame. It's shorter than a church.
That burned down. Twice now, I think. Hasn't Notre Dame burnt down twice? Something like that.
I think they're trying to outdo the Glasgow School of Art.
All right, well, so number 9 on that list is they know how to make the best coffee.
Now you're happy with that one, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll take that because
Cheers, chin chin.
depends if I forget to actually
Chin,
take
chin.
it out
God,
of the
how
cup.
middle class. Where were we? Best coffee. Aye.
Yeah, I'll take that. The
Now
best-
this one is unbelievably subjective. So I don't know. Best taste in music.
Yeah.
I think you put that in there so that we can feel better about ourselves.
No, I don't think I did. I
Or
do
did
not.
you do it just
I
to
do not
cite
feel
it?
good about our taste in music. No one feels good about our taste in music.
Like, people walk in here and just turn around.
Turn around.
If we ever have an office where clients can come in,
Which we will.
what a dangerous game. We'll have to.
Have I shown you the designs for the new office?
Aye, kinda.
Well, I either have or I haven't.
Yeah, I've seen the outside
Okay.
because obviously I inspired the pink sign.
Yeah, I think the music one's far too subjective because I couldn't listen to my music around Hannah. That's why I have headphones.
Aye.
And I mean, offices that I've worked in, everyone's had headphones.
So obviously, I don't know if I've made this point before. I've had experience in 2. Wow, that was a tricky sentence to get through.
I don't think it was. You just made it tricky. It's tricky.
They just had the radio on all the time, but it was like,
Yeah, and then no one's happy. That's the thing is because we used to work in. I've worked in a few where they've had like a speaker in the middle of the room, and everyone can just add songs to the playlist, and you just end up with like George Ezra followed by like Moby followed by like U2 followed by like Rolling Stones, and then suddenly you get like it depends what mood I'm in, but like if I'm in a bad mood, it's going to be Lamb of God, Tesseract, Meshuggah.
Post Malone.
Yeah, if I'm in a good mood, it'd be Post Malone.
So
I totally don't agree with that one.
Yeah.
Best taste in holiday gifts. Well, I can't afford any, so that's not happening.
I mean, how would you?
I should probably also.
I got my mum a scarf. That's nothing particularly architectural.
I don't understand what the hell a holiday gift is.
Like Christmas.
Oh, I'm thinking holiday as in, I've just been to Spain. I've come back with the Barcelona pavilion.
I've come back with a tile from one of Gaudi's houses.
Yeah. Also an arrest warrant.
Interpol are after me, but you'll love this.
They have amazing dress sense.
Yeah, good job.
I'll take that.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Aye.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a Gary the Snail socks.
Yep.
Some very baggy trousers. Cargos. A pink jumper, which obviously this is all colour coordinated.
Yeah.
The light blues and the light pinks and the light browns all goes together. And I'm wearing a nice big smile.
I think have I got my robot socks on? Yeah, I've got my robot
You got
socks
your robot
on.
socks.
And then black jeans
Oh
as
my
per.
god, that's creative.
I mean, to be fair, I don't even bother wearing, like, this I'm only wearing because we're in the house.
Plain purple jumper.
If I was...
No, if we're going out the house, Phil likes to put on a nice shirt from somewhere such as All Saints or Next. Or
It's never from All Saints. It is always from Next.
There are other companies available.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Yet.
Please.
Please sponsor us.
We need money.
Well, I have a leather All Saints jacket.
Leather jacket. Black
And then
jeans. Your funky shoes that you like.
My open box toe, bare
You've got some
ground
weird looking shoes, but apparently they're mega comfy.
They are. There's a few on these that don't make sense to me. They enjoy playing awesome video games and movies.
So do most people.
Yeah. And
Who doesn't? Except from massive nerds.
yeah. Do you want to go through puberty again?
It's this cough.
Is he finally going to get a beard?
Nah, I'm trying my best.
Me too. They know culture like no one else, except for people probably within that culture.
Oh yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
No, but
you've kind
it's
of got
valid to an extent. Like
Yeah.
you've got to understand it. You've got to understand it. I was going to come out with like a different way of saying that, but that's the sentence. God, I'm struggling today.
I feel like you struggle every day.
More coffee is not what I need. No, like you kind of have to understand culture because that's part of doing the job, I guess.
Yeah,
you've got to know your context
and your client, and everything to give them the right building.
And also, like, you've got to have a nice repertoire of references from movies. For example, Cowabunga.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Hello There.
Hello There. That's a good one.
Which is a reference to Morgan Drinks Coffee.
Yeah.
Sorry, try to keep a straight face.
Sorry, he took the other reference. I know, actually. That's
what? Hello There.
Hello There.
Oh, General Kenobi.
Those are the two apprentices. Two. Damn it, Phil.
My apprentice.
Those are the two references I know.
Oh dear.
As you can tell, I have a great knowledge of culture.
Yeah.
God.
The next
thing.
The next two reasons on why you should date an architect.
While you're going through this, can I just go into the ex kitchen and just cry?
No. Go into the ex porch and cry.
Nah, there's spiders in there.
Exactly. There's more spiders in that room.
Is there?
Yeah.
Aye, but that room's small if there's less room to run away.
No, what I don't understand about this house is it has the freakiest. Like, I've never seen. Do you know when you look?
In fairness, up there you've got massive cobweb. I swear, what is it?
Yeah, you like.
What's the big geezer that lives in Mordor? Massive old spider that climbs over, tries to kill Frodo.
Shelob.
Shelob.
I was so close. I was one letter off.
Big ass spider. I reckon you've got Shelob living there. I thought he has another name.
Do you know what I don't understand? Right. Every other house I've lived in, when we have spiders, they all look very similar, just different sizes. Here,
There's like 20 different species of tarantula.
There's all sorts. Like I've never seen anything like it. I had one the other day that was like blue.
Welcome to Rollins-Gill.
Yeah. Welcome to hell.
Well, that was blue.
Yeah, it had like...
Get out. Get your child and get out.
It had like blue like joints where its legs bent. It was freaky. I wonder if that's like, if I Google that, I'm like, no, I'm not going to Google
Can we do this in my house now, please?
I like that the next two are, they won't fall asleep on you. And then the next one, if they do fall asleep on you, it's for a good reason. I will fall asleep on you because I just fall asleep when I'm not working.
In fairness.
And the good reason is probably
You're
because...
also always working.
Well, it's very true.
So that is why they won't fall asleep on you. The good reason is they've got 1 hour to nap, so they're going to use it.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. I like the... we have a great sense of humour.
You kind of have to survive.
It's all dark sense of humour, though. Yeah. They will never clash with you because they always wear black. I'm wearing purple.
I'm wearing...
You're not wearing anything but black.
I am clashing with myself right now.
They know about romanticism. Yeah. As an architectural...
They will never clash with you because they always wear black. I don't match the things I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
They know about romanticism, yeah, as a design style. Next, they understand the importance of stability.
Where are you? Oh, okay.
Number 20, they understand the importance of stability, emotional and structural. No, we don't.
Mainly structural.
Most architects I know of don't know anything about structure, despite the fact that it's written all over Part A of the regulations, and no one is emotionally stable within architecture. Do you know why? Because we're far too tired and over-caffeinated.
Is someone ringing me? Is this an alarm?
So they are great listeners.
We're just not talking because we're concentrating. We're also not paying attention.
It's the bit where it says, right, in brackets...
Is it we're great listeners with a lawyer?
Go back to your bodmas. In brackets it says, to professors, clients, contractors and you. No, ask Hannah. Right, my head is elsewhere all the goddamn time. I'm really good at listening to clients. I can read between the lines having a conversation with clients. I like the bit where it says they are passionate about what they do. Yeah.
You.
So you will always become second. You will always come second to the job.
Do you reckon they would try to make that a bit like, oh, they're always passionate about what they do?
Well, yeah.
Wink, wink.
Do I need to read that in a certain way? Yeah. They are passionate
about what they
do. And who? They make a great. They make a good.
I really hope we don't mix these mics up.
No, me too. This is going to be
ill.
Yeah. So here's a good one. They can make good conversation about politics, economics, and pop culture, and about architecture, of course. Only architecture.
I know one topic.
If you come to me and start talking to me about economics and politics.
Oh yes, did you see the financial quarter was up this year?
You know the bit above where it was saying if they do fall asleep on you, it's for a very good reason. Yeah, it's because you're talking about politics.
Because you just brought that up.
As soon as you start going, oh, did you watch the Prime Minister's...
It probably means I'm not working, so it's time for bed.
Yep, exactly. That's it. As soon as work finishes, I sleep.
Sleep. Maybe that's why I was so tired yesterday, because I just wasn't working, and I was like, right, sleep.
This is working.
Sleep, go bye-bye.
I mean, to be fair, like I've had
That was
bosses
light.
I've had like co-workers and bosses who have been like just dull.
Yeah.
And it's like trying to get blood out of a stone, having a conversation and trying to get them to laugh. And some of them, it's like their sense of humour is so dry that only they get it. I understand like dark humour has its space, but don't throw out dry humour all the time. This is when they start to become a bit like
abstract.
Yeah, and
like
I think
scraping an article together.
Yeah, so they value honesty and integrity. Yeah, well, doesn't like,
everybody?
To me, this is like verging on. Do you know when astrology, like people that are into astrology go, you're
architects are
you're a
Capricorn.
Taurus. You must like breathing. It's true. I must be a Taurus.
He's clearly a Capri Sun. He values this.
I'm an asparagus.
Actually, I'm freak shit.
They know how to have a good time once the project deadline has passed. Yeah, sleep.
Wait.
If everything works out, they'll design a dream home for you and your future architect children. Yeah, we can't afford to do that.
But no, Phil, if everything works out.
I like the bit where it then says, if everything doesn't work out, refer back to number 7, right? Number 7 is they're great at conflict resolution with the help of a lawyer.
If everything doesn't work out, they're just going to take it for all you've got.
Yeah, if it doesn't... so their final one is, if it doesn't work out, get a lawyer. Where's Legal Eagle when you need him?
If things don't go to plan, you're in legal trouble.
Yeah. I think it started off really well.
That's actually quite funny. I don't know if that was intended to be that funny.
I don't think it was. I think they were being genuine. Problem was, we started this by taking all these down and we were going to delete ones that we didn't find most common, and then we were going to have a list of the most common ones. But some of them were just so good.
All architects will try and sue you if the relationship doesn't go well.
Oh, man.
That's brilliant.
So the articles after that were basically saying the same thing over and over and over again, but there was one that made me laugh.
They're great at parties.
I'm great at parties as long as I've had a right amount of drink and I'm in a good mood. If I'm in a bad mood, it just goes south pretty quick.
I'm glad that you kept that podcast friendly.
Yeah, they give great back massages. Architects are makers, thinkers, and builders. We're not builders. Please don't mix the two up. You don't want a house built by me. They might wear skinny black suits to work. They might wear skinny black suits to work in an office full of neatly organised right angles, but underneath that soft exterior, okay, I'm being called fat. Who wrote this? But underneath that soft exterior are a pair of hands that have logged plenty of hard-earned miles. What?
Wow.
But wait, put these puppies to good use and reap the benefits of the best massage you've ever had from someone not named Sven. The attention to detail and determination to relieve any and all bodily stress will make it easier to put up with the critique they insist on giving them. Put up with the critique they insist you give them at the end.
I really quite like this. They're great at parties, but it's like a dinner party, not like a party.
Oh.
So it's like if you're the type of person who likes to show off your arm candy. At first, I thought that meant biceps. I was wrong. I realised I wasn't even talking into the mic there. If you're the type of person who likes to show off your arm candy, that's your significant other at parties to your sceptical friends and family, you could do a lot worse than an architect. Not only do they love to hear themselves talk, I mean, Phil, we started a podcast.
Yeah.
Don't try and deny that.
I wasn't gonna. I felt like I was being called out.
But is that a great thing? They even have a few neat party tricks up their sleeves. Wait for this. You are going to be mega impressed.
I've already read
like
it through.
sketching out your parents' dream home on a white cocktail napkin. Oh my God.
Wait, what was my first project?
What a magician.
Oh, right, that's right.
That's
my
right.
in-laws' house. Oh no!
What's,
I'm a stereotype!
what's a party trick? I will design a house for you.
That is party trick.
I can do that with my thumb.
Which
is terrible. Some of the stuff we do is just terrible for a podcast. What's your party trick? I can do this.
For those of you who can't see, I can't see either what he's doing.
Yeah.
He can dislocate his thumb. Well done, guys. Well done.
Yeah, just free stuff. When I fractured it, it really freaked out the nurse. She just wasn't expecting it, and she pushed it, and I was like, "Oh, have I just broken it?"
You should have screamed. You should have. I want to sue you.
I almost didn't, fairness. It really hurt.
Well, this is what I don't like.
Phil, bear in mind, I had fractured my thumb, so when she did it, it hurt.
Oh, Jesus. Well, see, the thing is, my friends who have got quote-unquote party tricks, right? One of them can write with his left hand just as well as he can write and like draw and do everything. He's ambidextrous.
I can open a bottle with just about anything.
Yeah.
Also, I carry a bottle opener with me.
Yeah. So when that doesn't work, you can go.
Yeah. All I do is I get a spoon, hide the bottle opener underneath it, and then bam.
Yeah.
I can do it with my teeth.
I just don't understand. Like, my party trick would be what? Nothing. I have no tricks. I can neck a Jägermeister pretty quick.
Just an entire bottle.
Yeah. No,
Nice.
I meant to say a Jaeger bottle.
Well, no, because one of the things here is they can hold their liqueur and you keep your loved ones chuckling about the grade beams and the incompetence of contractors into the wee hours of the night. We will just talk about architecture. That's the one thing.
I was going to say that works.
I've been out with a couple of my architecture pals before.
Unless, of course, your father-in-law is a builder.
Contractors.
You're just out slagging the builder off in front of him.
No, when we've been out in the town with a couple of my architecture friends and then just some other pals, and we've walked past like a building, we've had something to say about it for the next half an hour. That's all we talked about until someone goes, "Oh my God, shut up." That's you can take so much of it, but you don't want to be listening to it in the wee hours.
I like the number 7.
Sorry, real quick. I like this just backhanded compliment. They're smart. A certain kind of smart, anyway. What? It's
a rare thing to have a full conversation with a dull conversation. With an
it's a rare thing to have a full.
It's a very
because you leave anyway.
All right, that and you've got ADHD.
Huh? Yeah, I won't allow a full one.
Rest assured, they can always have an answer for something in the face of an impending problem to solve. We do like solving problems. That's kind of part of the job.
Conflict resolution, as long as you've got a lawyer.
As long as you've got a lawyer, yeah. Being an architect means embracing the hold my beer mentality of proving people wrong and exceeding expectations.
Hold my beer, I need to prove this wrong.
What the f*** does that mean?
Like...
What are they implying?
We're pedantic.
To me,
we are like cripplingly pedantic.
Whenever someone says "hold my beer" to me, that's usually because they're about to punch someone. So I'm not quite sure.
No, it's like hold my beer. I'm going to prove this geezer wrong.
Yeah, by punching them.
Do you think I can't draw a good house? Smack you.
Hold my beer. It's a quality many people find attractive unless you have been known to describe others as insufferable. Which is me. I describe people as insufferable.
Like yourself.
Like myself, yeah. More than anyone.
Sometimes when I'm editing this and I think, oh God, I need to shut up.
Yeah, another feeling. So my favourite's number 7 and the honourable mention, but I'll start with they stay up all night. If there's one thing architects learn in school, it's how to go for days without sleep on a steady diet of Red Bull and convenience store hot dogs. This can translate well into the dating world. If you're looking for something more than just a good night kiss, and who isn't? If you can somehow pry them away from their dimly lit studio and trusty glass of scotch, they might even help tend to a crying baby who won't go to sleep, although I wouldn't hold my breath.
This seems like a lot of, actually, they're alcoholic and don't want to help with the kid.
Yeah, I mean...
That's what that sounds like.
Yeah. And then, so the honourable mention pretty much follows on from that to say, midnight mummy/daddy duties. One of the most exhausting parts of being a parent is waking up every 2 to 3 hours a night to handle the baby.
The idea they're just never asleep in the first place.
Luckily, the consistent all-nighters have not gone to waste! Exclamation mark. Oh, humour. Architects transform into nocturnal creatures over the course of their education, binging on coffee.
Yeah.
sugary sweets, that's not true, and energy drinks, that is true. So there is nothing more
I'd say
reassuring.
sugary sweets isn't true after I went through an entire...
It's not a sugary treat, though. It's a brioche.
you filled with like jammy custard and chocolate.
I'll give you that.
And I went through the entire...
Yeah,
it was like a Christmas tree.
I don't
For those of you listening on the podcast, it was about this big.
Yeah, about that big. For those of you who couldn't tell, his hands were a certain distance apart.
About this far apart.
Yeah, about that far apart. So, if anyone listened to our all-nighter episode, you'll know eating loads of sugary stuff, not the right way to go about it.
Speaking of which, go listen to season 1, please.
Yeah.
Or don't.
Yeah.
Or do.
Or do. Or don't.
We're not your boss.
Or are we?
I mean, Phil's my boss, but he's not your boss.
No, I don't like that word.
I'd say in a way you're our boss if you pay us. So actually, do what you like and tell us what to do.
Yes. Any suggestions?
We'll
put them in the comment section.
We really need them. We are.
We've got this entire year written out.
No, we're missing like 3 ideas.
Are we? Oh, well. We'll sort that.
So
it goes on to say...
So, in fact, don't give us loads of ideas. Just give us specifically 3 good ideas.
And lots of questions for an episode we're going to call Ask an Architect.
Please.
So this goes further on to say, there is nothing more reassuring than having a partner who is not only familiar with the long nights, but can function admirably during them. What?
Can you function admirably during an all-nighter, or can you just about function?
Well, I functioned yesterday and I had no sleep.
Just about.
And today I had 4 hours of sleep. So I'm not doing too bad.
Yeah. But you haven't had no sleep.
No, it's true. I haven't had no sleep today. Couldn't do 2 all-nighters in a row. I think I would die.
So be ready for it. Architects rarely settle for anything other than the American dream or the European dream. Europeans don't dream. We don't dream.
We're not European anymore.
I mean, geographically we are.
Yeah, well.
But even that was up for debate, wasn't it?
Oh, it does say, or wherever dream you might be located in. Ah, yes, the Rollins Guild dream.
The Rollins Guild dream of settling down in an aging village where the ambulances come more frequently than the buses.
And sweeping leaves.
For anyone who doesn't know, there's a lot of coniferous, not carnivorous, but coniferous
trees.
Carnivorous trees.
Holy
very dangerous.
Cannibalistic trees.
Very common in Ronan's Gill. You got to protect your kids from all the carnivorous trees.
So I found a post, which was basically someone asking the question, I'm about to go on a first date with an architect. What should I do? And it's a bit long, but we'll go through it and I'll try and cut bits out. So the first line is, this is a great question because architects are such a pain. I would know. I am one. Yeah, that's a very fair point. The assumption I think you should make that apply to almost all architects are as follows. We are opinionated.
Valid.
I
agree.
We appreciate things that are well designed.
Kind of have to.
Yep. We would probably have heard of, been to, or Googled the bar or / restaurant where we are going on the date. Probably to look at the menu so I know what I'm going to order.
I don't.
And that's more of a social issue thing.
Apparently, I'm weird for not doing that. I just rock up and then start reading the menu, and people are like, "You don't read it in advance." I'm like, "No."
Yeah,
I don't know. They still sit there for the same amount of time deciding. I'm like, "See, this is why."
Yeah, true. And lastly, and most importantly, you can never please an architect. I like this bit. So the dinner date. Go to a design blog like Design or Cool Hunting, whatever that is, and find a restaurant, cafe, diner that has been featured. Don't tell us though. I say don't tell them that it's been featured. When we go there, act blasé, like you like this place too, and you go here all the time. That's right. Start your first date with lies.
Yeah,
you're off to a great start. Don't tell us who designed it or what the concept behind the bar was. Let us assume and formulate an opinion, and then we'll Google it whilst you go to the bathroom. So go to the bathroom.
We'll do it while you go to the bathroom, brackets, go to the bathroom.
Yeah. If when we arrive, we tell you that we've been here before, better luck next time. Jesus.
If they've already been at the bar, basically, the date's
yeah. So bar / coffee shop, same as above, but we're more pretentious this time. We like coffee and we think we know what a good coffee is, so humour us. Take us to a place where the barista have moustaches, woolly jumpers and skinny jeans. You should order a flat white / cortado before we order What?
I
Before we order and get the hipster barista to stamp your loyalty card, don't go.
Get a loyalty card.
Don't go to a mate. So go there a couple of days beforehand, get a few coffees in so it looks like it's already stamped and you've been there a few times. Don't order skinny milk. This makes the milk less velvety, and don't want to put any chocolate on it. It's putting glitter on an iPhone.
So don't get
Don't over
like
ornate
how
your
we
coffee.
Don't put milk in here. I only have milk in a coffee if I know it's not a very good one.
No, right. Oh, I could do that for you. Saves me a lot of time. So if you're going to go to an art gallery, or some of these are actually really good tips. I actually quite like these.
I'd like to go on one of these dates.
Yeah.
I'd like to
go on a
who'd
date.
take me on one of these.
Oh. So to a gallery or exhibition, you must find out the answer to this question prior to the date. What type of architecture are you most interested in? Oh, that would be great.
Imagine.
Could you? Yeah. Oh, Phil, what are you most interested in? Brutalism.
I'm going to get myself on some dating apps, and I'm excited for all that question.
Is that going to be part of your Tinder bio?
Hey, what's your favourite building?
I
am glad you asked.
I really like neoclassical.
This is a 5-step explanation.
Yeah.
Let's begin.
First of all, what mood am I in?
Yeah.
Second,
The year was 1653. Leonardo DiCaprio was at his prime.
So the next tip is Google whatever they say, contemporary Gothic, eco-classical, Lego, get in,
Aye.
and cross-reference that with any current events. Again, chances are we've formed an opinion about the exhibition, so let us know in advance this time. Nothing worse than blowing money on a ticket, and we've already seen the show. What? Gifts. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
The top one. Plain black hard moleskin notebook. Give you that.
And yeah, you see a fountain pen.
How are you? So
I'm not talented enough to use a fountain pen.
No.
I went to a public school.
I'm not coordinated enough to use a fountain pen. I just the pen.
I bent it.
Oh well, now I can use it upside down.
Now I can use a normal pen.
But where it says there, or you're gonna pronounce that Lammy?
No, that's why I purposely ignored that word. I think it's a brand.
I think we covered this in the
We probably said it was a good gift.
in the architect gifts thing to say. Oh, here it is, Lammy.
It is a brand, isn't it?
Yeah. Ooh.
Sorry, I just burped
They are
right
quite
in the
nice.
microphone.
Yeah, I think we covered this though in the gifts guide, which is don't buy us stationery unless you know exactly which stationery we want.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than someone buying me watercolours because I can't use them.
Whereas I want to, but already have loads.
Yep. So, hello.
Oh.
A home-cooked dinner. Start with sex or a hand job as it will relax us. Then do whatever you feel like doing. What? Oh man, it's the bit where it says, it's the start with sex because this is a guide to a first date.
A first date.
If I open the door and you just go, come in.
Come on, then. I'm happy to see where that.
Yeah, I know. And then at the end where it says, then just do whatever you feel like doing, unless you're Jeffrey Dahmer. That was the best tip ever.
That's a really good home cooking.
Yeah.
I think that's good. For any
There's no point. It doesn't say anything about dinner. It just says, have sex with us. There's no mention of dinner. Oh, man, just fire up the Domino's app. Sorted.
Man, if you can
Fucking hell.
afford Domino's, I'm sticking with that relationship. I'm going to be like editing this and just questioning.
I think we'll have to cut that one. Surely we can't put that in. Start with sex and a
Welcome
hand
to our
job.
family-friendly business.
Oh, right. So, and the last... Sorry. Oh, man. So, cinema. If you're fortunate enough to have an art house or independent cinema, go there. In the UK, we have a chain called the Everyman Cinemas.
Yeah.
Didn't realise that was a chain.
We just thought it was in here.
Yeah.
So did I.
Oh, well, the Tyneside cinema is probably nicer. Anyway, and they have a very romantic and personal... What? They are very romantic and personal and intimate. It doesn't matter what you see. It does.
If you go to the Everyman, to be honest, it probably doesn't.
No, true. Again, go to the bathroom early on so we can Google who did the building. I'll just Google it in front of you.
Yeah.
If you see me on the phone and you think I'm chatting to someone else, I'm Googling the building.
I'm looking at architecture stuff.
Yeah.
And also checking what meme Phil's just sent us.
Yeah, probably. Then the honest truth is most architects have an internal dilemma and probably aren't happy with their job. What the fuck? Probably aren't happy with their job. They love the field, but something is making them unhappy.
It's got dark.
Yeah, no, I'm really into this now.
Yeah.
We want to be with someone with a design interest, but then again, work can be so grinding. The last thing we want to talk about is more architecture.
That's untrue.
That's not true at all, is it?
That's all I ever want to talk about.
You can't
And I'm
please
still
an architect without using sex in brackets.
Phil.
I didn't put that.
Phil.
And if you really want to date one, then just listen to him or her. Just listen to
they?
Yeah, or they. Just listen to what they think about their job or profession. Listen to their opinion. Some architects don't get a voice at work. Oh man, this is tragic.
Yeah.
Don't make a big deal about the place you go on a date. Ask them what they think. Ask them what they think about it. Let them talk and try to convince you that they are right. If they don't say much, then don't push too hard. And then he goes on to say, wish you luck on your date. If you're talking about a female architect, be aware it's very, very difficult for a woman in the profession, so try extra hard. Yeah, that's fair. So we thought for a closer for this episode, which is weird for us because that implies a lot of forward thinking, and it's to find some buildings that look particularly...
Bear in mind that the forward thinking didn't really happen anyway.
Yeah, it didn't anyway. I did this morning, bearing in mind it is still this morning. And the closer is to find buildings that look somewhat suggestive. If you're watching this on YouTube or Patreon, we will obviously put them on the screen. If you're listening to this bit on the podcast and Theo hasn't cut it, then he's going to get fired.
I mean, we can describe them. This one looks like a willy.
I don't think we're going to be describing them. I think you're just going to be laughing. You ready?
Okay.
I'll just flip my laptop around for you.
Okay.
Ready?
Rotate
the
board.
first one is the... oh my God. Yes. Ooh, yes.
Oh, Phil pronouncing non-English names.
Ypsilanti Water Tower in Michigan.
Water towers are risky. Water towers and lighthouses, they're just risky.
Yeah,
that's literally got a bell end.
Yeah, it doesn't help when you put the top like that.
It's got a little spout as well. Yeah. Or is it a hair?
It could be anything. There's another one.
That one's even.
So this one is the Tor Agbar in Barcelona by... Oh, I've actually written...
Don't say that's Gaudi.
By Jean Nouvel and something else. By, Fermin Vajuez, I'm going to say. But the best picture of it is when it's during construction because there's a scaffolding. Probably about 9/10 of the way up, which looks very suggestive. It still looks a bit sexual when it's done, but nowhere near as bad as this.
That adds it.
That adds to it.
That's a very circumcised building.
Yeah. So the next one this is actually one that never got built. This is it was planned for London.
Concept.
It's called the Spire skyscraper. I couldn't find who it was by, but this was planned for London. A little bit more interesting because you have to view that one from a certain angle.
You'd have to be flying over in a helicopter. You wouldn't know that from just looking at it from the ground. But that's
what concerns me though, and what makes
that line as well. And
what concerns me about this one is that they generated this image, CGI image of this building,
that angle,
and deliberately showed that angle. Because there's other pictures of it from the ground level, and it looks incredible. It looks really good.
And they were like, "Oh, let's get the one angle where actually you could go. We're not building that. It looks like a cock." Imagine
putting out 2 or 3 like presentation boards with all the images, the plans, the sections on, and then just going, "Oh yeah, by the way, cock and balls."
Aye.
It's a terrible design. So the next one,
skyscrapers,
is the Sky Tower in Poland. Now this one goes a little bit further than just the shaft.
Does this have the balls as well?
It does have the balls as well, sir. And for some weird reason, a weird red ribbon around it. As if it's some sort of gift.
It's been decorated.
Yes.
Or pierced.
Oh, no, we're not Prince Albert in the buildings.
So it's got one.
I should probably mention they're not all phallic. So this one is the San Onofa nuclear plant. It's actually been demolished, unfortunately.
Oh no.
But
Oh, how are we professionals?
who designs them?
Nuclear plants don't even have to be that shape. It's like they deliberately went, let's make it look like a titty.
The thing is, though, there's two of them.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been as suggestive if there was just one.
And just one, because you get like domes on top of cathedrals, and you go, oh, it's fine.
Yeah. See, the thing was,
And some people were really immature.
While I was googling this, and there was loads of articles that were saying like the Maria Saggia or whatever it's called, like all these religious buildings that have the domes on, like, oh, it's reminiscent of a tit. I'm like, but there's only one.
Yeah.
And like, I understand that you might lose one through various means and various reasons or whatever. But when it's a building and it's not the actual thing, it doesn't quite look right when there's just one. At that point, it might as well be on a spire, and then it looks like a dick.
Yeah.
So the next one, moving on to other things, the O Tower in China by Big. And I think this one's...
Oh, is this going to be a big tower, is it?
No, but I believe... No, Big, the architect, B-I-G.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
Bjorn.
Yeah, that's the one.
Bjorn.
Yeah, no, this is not a particularly big tower. So think of a different type of genitalia.
Oh, no.
I know. The other thing, again, this goes back to the other CGI one.
It's got the...
Why would you...
It's even got the...
Yeah, why would you...
You know,
present someone
like a little like dome
at the top. Yeah. Like, why would you present this image to someone? Surely, because they're a big practice. Funny, big.
That is big, isn't it?
They're a massive practice. So you'd
That's
think
like throwing
there'd
a
be someone
sausage down Grey Street.
You'd think there'd be someone within the in the company
sleeve.
that would look at that and go, I don't think we can present that to the client.
Excuse me, Mr. Bjorn.
Because it looks a bit weird.
I pray that the Zaha Hadid Stadium's done that.
See, I took the obvious ones out like that one because I thought
that one is so obvious though.
Yeah,
that one she just went, hey,
when you can.
Let's see if we can.
So the next one is the headquarters of the People's Daily newspaper, which I know you've seen because it was one that we talked about before.
Is this the one in China?
This is the one in China, yes. Turns out though, the exterior of it, which I thought was like a weird steel paneling, is glass. It's the bit that runs up the middle that gets me, and obviously the tip of it, if you will.
It's so perfectly shaped.
I've had that said many a time.
Don't lie. And like the proportions are accurate. You know, someone's
put thought into that.
Someone's really tried. The others are like funny because it's like, oh, it's a long round tower with a curved top. But that is like,
yeah,
someone drew a cock and went, let's make this a building.
But I wonder if that's like if that's kind of a symbolic thing for China.
Because the president got really annoyed. That was the one where he started saying, listen, we need to stop with all this weird architecture. And then Frank Gehry told him where he could stick it.
Oh, well, here's another one from China. And I'm not going to try and pronounce it. I couldn't find the architect for it either.
Oh, God.
It's a media centre, essentially.
It's got to be luminous, doesn't it?
Oh, God, yeah.
Aye.
You can't not. I mean, it's... The thing is, they've gone for that kind of Zaha Hadid organic architecture feel.
They made it really organic.
And then they've given it a tower and two sort of nodes at the lower end of it. So those of you who aren't looking at the images...
This one's got a growth.
And yes, it does, which is... You should get that checked out. From today's sponsor... No. It's just...
The Rolling Skill Medical Practice.
I wish. But they've got money. So we've got... This one's a twofer. So... I'll show you the CGI, and then I'll show you what I think is the finished building of it.
Okay.
It does look a bit CGI, does that? The final article as they've described it. So in the first one, it's the Greenland Pulley Centre. Greenland is actually not a country, but a company.
Okay.
And the main thing about the CGI is there's a very strategically placed firework.
Oh no!
So
no!
Yeah. So for some unknown reason.
They went, yeah, oh no.
Again,
They could have-
9/10 of the way up, it changes. Does the tip, if you will.
They
the
could
tip
have-
of the building changes somewhat.
They could have almost gotten away with that.
And then they just...
Almost, if not for the fireworks.
Yeah, and then they've just got a fireworks shooting out the top of it.
Oh my days.
And then, so that's I think, it does look a bit CGI.
That one looks more like, I mean, in fairness, yeah. But,
See,
that one looks like you could get away with it more, except from the bell end. But the firework, really. I think that's the pièce de résistance. Penis de resistance.
Yeah, that is the creme de la pine. So this is actually a series of buildings. This is Edward Road, Yeoman Cottages, something I missed a bit, in Merseyside.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's
I bet if UK's own.
These are actually, yes, UK's own. It's actually residential as well.
All right.
And like I say, it's a series of them. Best viewed on Google Maps.
The town planner was absolutely wetting themselves with laughter after this one.
But there's got to have been for all of these, there's got to have been a point where someone was drawing that in plan, drawing the roof plan of these and the context when you do a site plan, when you do your OS map at 1 to 1,250 or 2,500. And they've got to have looked at it within its context, surrounded by its other buildings, and gone, no, that looks right.
That looks like a pin.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone, that looks like a pin. Let's do it.
There's no way in hell this wasn't deliberate.
I mean, you'd only do that looking at it from above, and people aren't meant to fly. But when you look at that in plan, that's a pin.
Yeah, but
Right.
you've got to draw it in
Right,
plan,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
You've got to draw, because that looks, to me, because of the colour of the roof and the shape of the buildings and the proportions of everything, it all looks like it's one development.
Yeah.
So if it's one development, they've drawn a cock and balls on purpose.
They just went, can we make this? It's genius.
Because the thing is, there's loads of land around that.
Because, Phil, it reflects, like, natural living organisms and, like...
Organs.
Organs, yeah. Organs and organisms. Orgasmisms. And, like, so that's really good because the architecture reflects the nature, and so it really fits in well.
And so the last one is another one best viewed from above, which is a church, and I couldn't find any other information on it other than it being a church. The Christian Science Church.
Oh, isn't that a proper nice one? I remember we looked at... I'm pretty sure someone did a seminar on that in our cultural studies class, and they were like, and from the top, it does look like a penis. And our lecturer was like, yeah, it really does.
Well, I couldn't find any further. It was a minute. So it's called... all I could find was that all the information I got from it was it's a Christian Science Church in Dixon, Illinois. And it was... So the
Was it
Dixon.
Dixon, Illinois.
So I like that the pastor, not pastor as in P-A-S-T-E,
But
I am
pastor and
pastor, said in an interview, it was never meant to be seen from above. Well, my friend, it has been.
It has been.
And, oh boy. So that was the Valentine's Day special.
Happy Valentine's Day. We're mature.
Well, happy Valentine's Day in like 8 days.
Oh, yeah.
We're not mature.
We're immature. Please hire us for jobs to design houses.
They don't look like peni.
Yeah, we
And
won't do that because we've not rehearsed it, researched it, so we
Yeah.
know what not to draw and how to look at something and plan.
What's
We're
alarming is
immature.
there's a significant amount of...
I think the thing is we are immature enough that we would never do that because we'd look at it and go, as a penis, I can't do that.
Yeah, I can't present that to a client. I'll
Yeah.
fall over.
Whereas, like, some people must be so innocent and just not immature that they don't.
But when
How
you're
do they
doing
not?
skyscrapers, there's hundreds of people in an office. How did no one spot it?
And also, how do you not make a skyscraper look like a penis anyway?
Like, by not putting a tip on it and shooting fireworks out the top.
The gherkin.
Yeah, the gherkin was on the list of ones.
Any round skyscraper.
I tried not to pick the really obvious ones like the gherkin and the Zaha Hadid. Is it the airport? No, it's the stadium,
No, it's
isn't it?
the
The stadium.
stadium, yeah.
I tried not to pick those ones, but yeah.
But that stadium is so detailed.
Yeah.
That's got to be like an honourable mention.
Are you gonna throw up some honourable mentions now, are you?
Thank you for joining us.
On this episode, the Valentine's Day special,
Back to the headboard. I mean, back to...
tied back to the headboard.
Back to the drawing board. This was episode 3 of season 2.
It is, yeah. Episode 3 of season 2. Because we've apparently committed to a seasons format rather than just counting from 1 to 1,000,000.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Which is fine.
Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, we'd love a like, a comment, and a subscribe. Follow us on Instagram as well. That'd be smashing. Back to the drawing board IG. And
subscribe to our Patreon. Starts from as little as £1 a month, which is 3 pence a day.
It's basically nothing, mate.
Moves its way up to... Is that the kettle? Moves its way up to £10 a month if you're wanting to reduce some of your taxes. I believe
we'd like that.
Podcasts can come under an informal CPD if you're part of the RIBA or the ARB as of 2024.
If you can prove you've listened to us by paying us, please.
Yeah, that would be tickety boo. Well, please. Paying us, it'd be paying Theo.
Good point.
And we'll see you again next time when we return
back to the drawing board.